Happy Halloween, and welcome to Paranormal 101. For those of you who are unfamiliar with this series, Paranormal 101 is a series that I created for YouTube about 10 years ago on my original channel, Kaneinight. And basically the gist of it was each episode I would dive into some type of urban legend or some type of supposedly haunted location and just basically talk about the history and just kind of try to educate people or give people a little bit of insight into these places and the supposed paranormal things that go on there. Today, I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do something a little bit special for the Halloween time. There hasn't been an episode of this show in a long time, so I figured what better way to bring the series back than to highlight some of the places that I've gotten a chance to visit during the time this series has been in existence. All the places that I visited to are in New Jersey, the state that I live, and people would be very surprised at how many cool and creepy places there are to go to in the state of New Jersey. It's actually, despite its reputation, it's actually got some pretty cool shit to check out, if you know where to look. The first place I want to talk about is the first place that I ever visited. It was a place that we found out about because of Weird New Jersey. And if you're from New Jersey, I'm sure you know what Weird New Jersey is. This first place that we visited was called the Devil's Tree. Basically, to boil it all down for you, if you don't know, it's a tree in the middle of this big field, and it supposedly has all kinds of crazy supernatural and paranormal history to it. When you go to the tree, it's wrapped in fencing, and it's got all kinds of burn marks and everything on it. The main thing that it was known for was having this tree branch that ran parallel to the ground. And it was known as the hanging branch because apparently KKK members would have meetings at the tree, and apparently people were hanged from that branch on that tree. That's why it became known as, obviously, as the hanging branch. And supposedly satanic cult groups would have meetings there and do all kinds of weird shit there. People would say that they would see all kinds of weird things, that they would visit the tree and anybody who would touch the tree, their hands would turn black later. Legend would have it also that if you damaged the tree in any way, you would be cursed. And there's also a piece of rock that goes on the ground that is apparently a portal to hell, which also kind of lends to the name the Devil's Tree. Needless to say, it's a very, very cool location, but if you don't believe me, you can check it out for yourself.
How about this? Let's just shut up and look for the tree. Because I don't need to become more paranoid.
Yeah, it's true.
Because technically, you're on the one website I went on, said ask permission from the owner, because otherwise he will shoot you with rock salt. And rock salt fucking hurts.
Maybe could be somewhere in there. You wouldn't be able to see it though.
No, I think you can see. You have an idea of where it is on the road. Maybe this? Is it?
I don't think so. Wait a minute. Yeah, it is.
That's the tree?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Are you sure that's the tree?
It's got the fence around it. That's the fucking tree. It looks like a lot of the branches are missing.
Yeah, I know the hanging branch was cut off.
Oh my
god, that is the tree.
That's what it looks like. The hanging branch is definitely cut off.
Sure, you separated knives, right? Yeah,
it's 140 Mountain Road is the address.
Adam, which one? Oh, it's a park.
Huh?
Park closed. half hour after sunset.
Not sunset yet.
Alright, you got my camera?
No, it's over there.
No, I don't. What is it? You put it on the floor.
We've made it. Destination 1. The Devil's Tree.
Doing this?
Of course.
Devil's Tree. Go shop.
Paranormal 101 fans.
We need to get pictures of us all by the Devil's Tree.
Time to cream your pants.
I'll take the picture, you guys go back.
I do.
Looks really weird with like the sun shining through it. Man, there's a lot of shit growing around here. Fuck. Pants would have probably been a better idea.
It's warm.
Oh, really?
Ish.
Ish.
About air temperature.
I was checking all
This is a lot bigger when you're up close.
It's got a lot of burn marks.
Apparently it's supposed to have like a ton of wounds on it from people trying to cut it down.
I'll touch it.
No, I mean like up and...
Is it warm?
The branch that you can see right there used to be the hanging tree.
That's probably the Devil's Rock.
Yeah, that's what this is actually called in the book, is the Devil's Rock. Apparently that's the portal to hell.
I got 2.
There's some red paint. What's left of some red paint
I
on
want
there.
to keep it.
You got a piece of the Devil.
I got it.
It was right here, where this is cut down right here, where the hanging tree was, because it extended out, and it was the most parallel one to the ground.
Over here, where it was, had a chainsaw taken to it, and bits and pieces were cut out, and the tree had been lit on fire apparently to be burned down, but
There's no such luck.
now if you look up here, you can see where one of the main arms was, and over here is the hanging arm.
Looks like someone tried to burn that too.
And we're all here, Bridgewater. I think what was a good hour-and-a-half drive, guys?
About that, dude.
Nice long drive on this wonderful Friday of June. We've all rubbed our hands up, I guess. Hopefully one of us will at least turn black, our hands.
Don't hang me from it.
Yeah, we won't try not to hang it from it, but
That thing is weird.
yeah, this is Devil's Tree.
We'll come back in the winter.
Sounds like a plan, bro. Devil's Tree. So yeah, needless to say, it's a very, very beautiful place. I would say anybody who's looking to check out a cool place that also has some creepy history to it, Devil's Tree should probably be at the top of your list. The only thing is, as was mentioned in the video, the hanging branch is long gone, as are many other branches. A lot of people have gone to that tree and vandalized it, which is probably part of the reason in reality why the fence is wrapped around it, because people would go there and try to burn it. As you could see in the video, like a lot of the tree is black underneath that fence from people trying to set the damn thing on fire. So it's taken a lot of abuse over the years. Whether or not those people are cursed and or dead remains to be, that's a mystery to me. If you go there at the right time of day at sunset, on a nice spring day, it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm telling you, if you go there, your jaw will be on the floor at how peaceful and how pleasant of an area it is. Considering the history of that tree, it's kind of ironic, but definitely check out the Devil's Tree if you get the opportunity. I highly recommend it. Another location that we went to that was considered widely by many people to be the most haunted location in America, the most haunted road in America. The place I'm talking about, the road I'm talking about, is the infamous Clinton Road. Clinton Road is a very popular place. A huge ton of urban legends associated with it. Everything from people hearing voices in the surrounding woods, to seeing hellhounds, to seeing, satanic cults having meetings in there in flame light, people seeing from the distance, all kinds of weird shit like that. And supposedly the number one thing I think that people would say supposedly happens when you go there is you get followed by this mysterious black pickup truck. And supposedly you'd just be driving along the road and all of a sudden, boom, these headlights would pop up behind your car, and the truck would be just speeding up on you and just riding your ass. And apparently eventually, once you got towards the spot where the road kind of just turns into a different road, the lights would just disappear. And of course there are a lot of people who have claimed to have experienced this, and there are even quite a few videos on YouTube of people who are at Clinton Road and who say like, oh my god, look, there's somebody fucking following me. We didn't have that there. To be honest, with as much popularity as Clinton Road has, I don't want to say it was like a major letdown, but it was kind of disappointing because there's really not much to explore when you're there. The main thing that creeped us out when we went there, there was a couple things, but the main thing was just how dark it gets even before the sun goes down. Like when you get to West Milford, where this is, it's like almost at the top of the state of New Jersey. The trees just like seem to grow as you get closer to the area where Clinton Road is in West Milford. The trees are just so tall that it just cuts out so much of the light that it's just constantly dark in certain parts of road. The woods surrounding the roads are just so thick, it's just so dense that it really cuts off a lot of the light, and it's really strange thing to experience. In addition to that, we did experience one bit of strange phenomena where the car that we were driving, the speedometer started just going absolutely fucking haywire. Just whatever speed we were going, it would just kind of start jerking to all the way to the end of the speedometer. You'll see in the video that we weren't really speeding any more than anybody else on the highway at the moment. The other thing about Clinton Road that is really notorious is what's called Dead Man's Curve. Now, Dead Man's Curve is definitely a legitimate scary thing, because this is like an almost completely 90-degree turn in the road that is so dangerous, and so many people have gotten into major car accidents there, including like a week before we went. There was a group of people going on a Weird New Jersey trip, went there and tried to speed around that turn and went off the embankment down and crashed. A helicopter had to be called to come and chopper them out and rescue them because they were trapped like underneath their car. It's a very interesting thing. It goes by pretty quick, but Clinton Road in general, very, very dark. Very, very dark and desolate. That's really the main thing. That's the main source of creep factor with Clinton Road. But I think you'll see for yourselves. What's known as Dead Man's Curve, which a lot of people have gotten into some major accidents on. There's been so many accidents there, they actually put up a stone, I forget what it's called, yeah, like a barrier, and it's recognizable mainly because of the fact that it's covered in graffiti. It's coming up right here. Yeah, there's the barrier right there, and down over that barrier is where people have gone off the road and down into the water below, because there's apparently a lot of rocks down there, and sharp rocks. So even just recently as of a couple months ago, there was a major accident where someone was almost killed, and there happened to be a group of teenagers driving along the road who found the car and called 911, and helicopter came, and the guy was helicoptered away, and the only reason he survived was because of these kids that found him.
Going on Weird New Jersey trip.
Yeah. So again, really the main thing about Clinton Road that has a true sense of danger and creep factor is that Dead Man's Curve, where you can see that barrier that they put there specifically to try and keep people from just flying down that embankment into the darkness. As far as how many of these urban legends and ghost stories associated with this place, how many of them are true, I can't say for sure, because we didn't have anything really paranormal, no phantom pickup trucks of any kind. The next place that I wanted to talk about is probably the coolest place that I've been to, aside from Devil's Tree and how pretty it is there. I think the coolest place as far as atmosphere and just downright bone-chilling creep factor, my number one place would definitely be Mount Misery Road. Again, it's another big long stretch of desolate road, and I mean desolate, even more desolate than Clinton Road, because you're literally just surrounded by woods. And as you'll see in the video, it's a very, very creepy place. It's got a lot of legends associated with it. It's pretty much the same kind of stuff that you would expect with any kind of haunted road, where it's, you know, people hearing voices in the woods, you know, people seeing the flickering of flames in the distance, seeing eyes deep within the woods, and satanic cults having meetings. There's always satanic cults somewhere in these. Any place involving woods usually involves satanic cults or KKK in some way, shape, or form. Supposedly there is like remnants of, I guess you could call it an altar, like a stone altar, where satanic cults would actually have meetings there. We went there twice, so yeah. Mount Misery Road. Check it out. We're driving on the legendary Mount Misery Road for Weird, New Jersey. Featured in Weird, New Jersey. As you can, I don't know if you can tell this, but this is a very, very creepy road. A lot creepier than even I imagined. I literally can't see anything past your headlights are.
Well, neither can we. I'd say let's go down this road, but no.
No, nothing was down here.
Let's see if the road continues on the other side. If not, then what we can do is just follow it down past that house. Get in close the door fast.
Come on, let's go.
Let's get into creeped out. Just shut up and get in. Now the one thing I thought I heard, I can't hear anymore.
Got this huge bird tree over there.
That's nice. It's called a buzzard.
Huge.
Once again, it's called a buzzard.
It's hard to see much.
Let's go down this end, if we can. How about this? Let's turn around. We'll go past the houses and follow the road further back.
Okay. Private property? I don't think it's private property. I think it's on the trees.
Yeah.
But, you know, that might be the way too, you know?
Yeah, but that's sand, dude.
I know.
This car does not handle well. Okay, so, yeah, here we are. We're on the Mount Misery Road here in Browns Mills, and we are right now on the dirt half of it. We're going to turn around because my car, unfortunately, doesn't like dirt very much. And we're going to go back over here. I mean, just bats. Check out these trees.
Some bats.
If I can get these trees at all. Just check these out. I mean, this is freaky alone. Unfortunately, I can't get them really. But, yeah, this is a really freaky road. I mean, you can't really see much in front of the lights at all. But, yeah, this is pretty messed up. I mean, it is pretty freaky. The road is not paved at all. Besides, well, it was paved, but it's a piece of shit. Not sure if you can see outside. Really probably can't. Wow, you weren't kidding, man. It's literally like right in front of this car, and that is it. One of the legends said there's a mist that appears and occasionally follows you at night. There's also legends of cold spots on this road. We didn't go this far down. Nope. Fucking potholes. Yeah. Alright, listen, I don't want to go through these potholes. Shit.
Alright, so you're gonna turn around?
Yeah. How about this?
Now what?
Hold up. Shut up.
Hold on.
Oh, holy shit.
Oh my god. Fuck. Holy shit. There's your helmet.
Here's your mist.
Holy shit. What the fuck? It's Halloween night. We have returned to
Boy, I wish there's some homesteads back there.
Mount Misery Road. Let's push it out.
Oh my god.
Look at this. Big hill.
Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Look at the canopy of the trees.
Yeah, that does look insane.
Do they service this place? What are these lights on the right here?
What lights?
Looks like the street lights through the trees.
Oh, that's probably the camp. There's a camp in here.
Okay.
Oh, that'd be fucking weird. You can't
I think it's a camp. We drive by it at some point.
If you hear banjos, turn around.
How is this a two-way street?
Yeah, no, you can get around someone here.
No!
Slow
really?
children at play? I don't like that at all. That's a campground.
What's that? Should I turn the high beams off?
No, none of your plans. Matter of fact, there wouldn't be campers there. There's a campfire back here in the woods.
Really?
Yeah, I saw it. I wasn't sure it was a campfire. I saw it definitely flickering of flames though.
These high beams definitely help.
Let's cover that.
There is a creepy looking house out here though that looks like it's abandoned. I remember seeing it.
Pretty insane.
Well, if we were to break down, we'd be fucked.
It is fucking cold.
Really bad potholes.
This looks fucking awesome.
Looking for any sign of like creek or something where
I mean,
like 1800s homesteads might be.
there's actually a lot of weird shit back here that we saw in the woods when we went here the first time. When we went here the first time, we saw a lot of fucking like boulders in the woods, like on the side of the road.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like stuff that seems like really random. Doesn't now, after seeing the Blair Witch Project, doesn't this remind you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Talk about that. It's so cold that would ruin my day.
Yeah, I think I would fucking.
And they went,
Dude, I would pull some Fast and the Furious shit.
You know the irony is that Blair Witch Project took place on Halloween.
Really?
Yeah, they went on Halloween.
Oh, you mean actors? I'm checking the sides for any signs of trail makage or any kinds of homestead building or any shop. That was a trail.
Yeah, there's some trails back here.
There isn't gonna be a huge like fucking cliff here, is there?
No, you'll see it, dude. If there's anything, you're gonna see it.
Doesn't it
Like no Dead Man's Curve or anything like that?
No.
Doesn't it feel like it's getting narrower?
Yes.
It is getting
A
narrow.
lot. Yeah, it
Turning around
definitely
is gonna
is.
be a nightmare. Oh, I just got eyes.
What?
Raccoon. Probably a raccoon. The glint of a
Scared the shit out of me, man.
relax.
Buddy behind us. You can't even see shit behind us.
Yeah, I'm gonna unbuckle for a second.
Lights back there.
I'm only doing like 5.
Get over this hill. Just drive over it.
See, look, I said that was like how the tree was, man. Look at that. About to like break.
Find a place to turn around. You're not gonna have to go in
Stop
that.
for a sec.
Here, take a flashlight.
Just look behind you to make sure there's no
There's a car
headlights.
coming.
There is?
Yeah.
Alright. There you go. Just keep going forward.
Let him come around.
Take this, Dad. Locals are
What's wrong, man? Watch yourself, Dad. The head and tails and all that. There we go, beautiful. Yeah, yes. Oh my God.
Other than constant, noises in the woods and, sounds of, sticks breaking, leaves crunching, in the woods. But yeah, this is Mount Misery Road. Mount Misery is a place that I could go to anytime if I'm looking for a nice, atmospheric chill and just drive down the road, roll the windows down, talk to your friends about some of the scary stories and some of the urban legends of the place, and I guarantee you will have a good time. That's really the benefit of going to these places, is just get a little bit of a scare out of each other and just have a good time with your friends. A good time that doesn't involve vandalizing anything and being a scumbag. It's crazy that I created this series 10 years ago, and it hasn't, had as many episodes as I would have liked over the years, but hopefully this series will be able to continue in some way, shape, or form. I know there are quite a few people who, have taken the name and are using it for their own series, but this is the original Paranormal 101. Hopefully Paranormal 101 will continue in the future. Hopefully it won't be another 4 or 5 years until the next episode. If you made it through this entire video, thank you so much for watching it. And if you've ever watched any of the other Paranormal 101 episodes, I really appreciate that. Have a happy and safe Halloween, and stay scared.